What is going on, everybody? It is episode 921 of Pop Culture Crisis. My name is Brett, and I am here once again with my co-host. Introduce yourself, please.
Hello, crisis actors. It's Mary. We were just in the middle of a discussion about history.
Yes,
history that Brett remembers, but we don't.
Yeah, hearing some member of NSYNC in the Black song "Bring It All to Me" when he says, "My Tim's my baggy jeans, my thug appeal," and it was the '90s, and they were white, and nobody cared. Nobody, they were just like, you know what? Okay, it's fine, whatever. That's just what it was. I was just explaining a past time in America.
We have another Zoomer joining us. Hi, Tate.
Hello, everyone. Tate here. Yeah, we were discussing the different sort of seasons coming up. And,
yes.
what we're excited to see.
Anglo-autumn, I heard.
Autumn, yeah.
It's Anglo-autumn.
Yeah, so happy Anglo-autumn everywhere. Day in. How's everyone feeling? Has everyone got their Brooks Brothers?
I've got my... See,
Tweed.
But I thought Brooks Brothers had nothing to do with being white. It was just being like poor in a rich man's world. You buy the Brooks. It's like an insult they use. It's an insult they use for like when a rich criminal is like being investigated by a Fed, and he's like, "Get your Brooks Brothers ass out of here," because he's got the, he's a cheap ass Fed, can't afford a nice suit.
Well, what about Joseph A. Bank?
I have no idea.
What about
Jose
those
Bank,
suits?
I think, is mass appeal.
Mass appeal,
Yeah.
okay.
They're not saying like, "Get your Vineyard Vines ass out of here."
That would be fighting words.
Well, Anglo doesn't mean rich. It just means
like
you're English. Yeah, it just
Wasp.
English
Yeah.
heritage. That's a lot of people.
It's like all the founding fathers.
Guys, we have a bunch of stuff to get into today, but before we get started, as always, I must ask you to please hit the like button on this video and subscribe to the channel if you're new here and you have not subscribed here yet already. Please and thank you. Please check and make sure that you are still subscribed to the channel if you indeed have already subscribed. I just want to double check with everybody, make sure that they're still subscribing. We're going to be talking about past YouTube censorship today, so I want to make sure that there is no current YouTube funny business going on. Make sure you should also go and subscribe over on Rumble. We've been growing over there, which is fantastic. So thank you guys so much for that. What are we getting into today? We got a bunch of stuff to get started with today. Number one, of course, being that Jimmy Kimmel will, of course, be making his return to late night tonight, to the excitement of at least 129,000 people in all of the United States and the world.
Actually.
Yeah, less. So we're going to talk about that because there is a revolt going on between affiliate stations, Sinclair and Nexstar, which are still preempting the Jimmy Kimmel Live show, which equals out to about 70 stations that will not be carrying the show tonight. So we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about YouTube, which is also admitting to censorship in the past, in the censoring of political commentators and other channels, and opening the door for those channels to look to be reinstated, to apply for reinstatement within YouTube. So that certainly is a shift that we're seeing. We are also going to talk about a guy who I just didn't know named Chris. Because it would be weird if I knew him.
Yeah, I guess it would be weird if you knew.
If you were like, "Oh, do you know Chris? Is it Briney?"
His name is Christopher Briney.
And if you were like, "Hey, do you know Chris
Yes.
Briney?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Tate, do you know who Chris Briney is?
Chris Briney?
Have you heard of this guy?
He is one of the stars of the show The Summer I Turned Pretty, which of course I have never seen. In fact, the only way I could have seen it, Mary goes, "So has Olivia watched it?" I'm like, "No, Olivia watches documentaries."
Yeah.
So he is the star, one of the stars of The Summer I Turned Pretty, and he is now doing what all young Zoomer men have to do, which is appeal to the weirdo gooners at Book Talk.
Yeah, he is now a voice actor for erotica audiobooks.
Oh, it's so over.
And I fell down the rabbit hole on this last night. I collected all of the information, and honestly, I feel like a lawsuit should be incoming for how inspired this is based on the Amazon show.
Yeah, I wonder if they got permission. We'll talk about it.
Is presenting a lot of reasons to be worried about the Zoomettes these days. They're in a dire state, and I'm worried about them. Really, it's a big sister energy I'm bringing to the discussion.
We've got that. We got a bunch of other stuff. If you guys are ready, we can just go ahead and go. Mary, are you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Tate?
Yes.
Let's go for it.
Sabrina Carpenter just graced the cover of Vogue Italia, and they interviewed her about her new album and her feelings about men, but also her feelings about America as an American being interviewed by a foreign publication. she felt obligated to put down fellow Americans.
It's her job.
Of course. And I was just actually talking with Brett about these stereotypes about women who say that they love traveling. And I'm like, why do people find that so odious? Like, it's not that, hard to understand that it's enjoyable to travel, right? You're going to a different place. It's interesting. And you eat food and you do whatever you want to do. It's fun. This probably explains it quite concisely. Sabrina Carpenter, on her love of travel and new perspectives. You learn more about life in a 20-minute conversation with someone from Italy than in 20 years in the US.
It's the definition of fake deep.
And when I saw that, I was just like, bitch.
Because one, it's false on the face because she wasn't talking to any strangers in Italy.
Oh no,
she's a A-list celebrity.
Yeah.
No, what are we supposed to believe? She's like a foreign exchange student living in someone's house. Like one of the replies said, she went to Italy to pose and take 6,000 photos of herself, not to talk to strangers.
Right.
Celebrities on her level aren't having 20-minute conversations with any regular person anywhere.
Yeah.
Right.
Italy or America, doesn't matter.
I mean, unless they're gonna one day, she might go on that pipeline of celebrities that end up with some type of travel show, or some get cooking shows, some get travel shows. Where then she's not that person really. It tends to actually be mostly men that get these shows, where it's like
She did a Christmas special on Netflix. That was a big
so
deal.
it'll be like traveling Europe with Sabrina Carpenter, and she'll go talk to random business owners. But it is. It's like she doesn't understand just how big America is. Like every time she flies from New York to California and the flight takes forever.
Yeah, she should have said LA. She
Yes.
should have said more than you'll learn from a 20-minute conversation with someone in LA.
Yeah, it would have been like,
The average person that Sabrina Carpenter interacts with at Hollywood parties or whatever probably is insufferable, vapid, and boring. That doesn't exempt her from any of those labels either.
It's
but
not even true, though. You can still learn something from somebody who's stupid, vapid, and boring.
At least from their bad example, like you can learn from them in that way. But she hasn't talked to anyone outside of her social strata. She hasn't talked to anyone from the Midwest or the South. She probably would speak down to them if she had the chance. And I just found that very unpleasant for her to say that. And that's one reason why women who say that their hobby is traveling get so much flack. I'll admit they pretend that traveling makes them somehow more cultured and above the rest of us, and they understand things that most people wouldn't. And I've traveled to a lot of countries and I didn't learn a damn thing. So
nothing at all?
I mean, I guess I just learned the same from conversations wherever I am, but like,
don't drink the water in Mexico.
Yeah.
I mean, I had fun, but I wouldn't say that I like learned some sort of ancient wisdom from traveling.
Yeah, like I was in Africa for like 4 months and I learned what I hate. I learned, I learned what I love about
lessons that you
I learned what I love about America. I didn't learn anything about life from people there. Are you kidding me? This place is like a dump. What am I going to learn?
Well, there is that like bit in the What Is a Woman documentary where he travels to Kenya, I believe. Maybe I'm wrong.
And he goes to this remote tribe.
Talks to this remote tribe and asks them about the gender roles that they exhibit in their society, and he uses that to contrast with the insanity of the West.
Yeah.
That's something, I mean, I guess some people could learn.
That like people that live in the bush have like traditional values.
Yeah, I guess.
Look, and I don't even need to take it that far. You can learn things when you travel to other countries, but that is not the implication here. The implication here is it's not that you learn things in other countries, it's that there's nothing to learn from living in America.
Right, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah,
exactly.
I just don't think
take out all the bias you have about other... Oh, we got a 20 there.
Sorry, from Slavic McGoth. When I was agnostic before I was a pagan, I knew demons existed, and seeing everything the past month has pushed me to become closer with God because how clear it is demons have taken over. I am honestly scared for the future. Well, I'm glad that you feel drawn to to build a relationship with God. Yeah. That's a good thing.
Take away whatever preconceived notions you have about other countries. Yes, you can go to Italy and learn things, I am sure. But to pretend like somebody who lives in Southern California can't go to the Bible Belt and learn something, can't go to any other state, go to North Dakota and learn something, go to the Midwest and learn something. The country is enormous.
It's funny.
And norms are different all over this country.
She draws upon all of those aesthetics. Like in her music video for Man-Child, she's literally on a road trip with all of the Americana aesthetic.
I mean, that's not her decision. That was literally made at the corporate level because Americana's in right now.
But I'm just saying they're willing to make money off of the aesthetic without actually showing any respect to the people who actually inhabit that culture. And there are many cultures in this country.
Yeah, it's because they have this desire for authenticity that doesn't exist for them in a lived sense. So they have to go to places where there is like some level of authenticity, even if it's like, tacky or whatever. I mean, that's what drives like this narrative. It's like a rugged Americana and everything. Is just because they're like their situation, their environment is just completely it's completely void of any authenticity. And so
she's a self-hating American.
I mean, that's kind of case du jour for most of Hollywood, though. They embody that because they're from the coast. Coastal cities have a certain level of self-hatred, maybe not for themselves, but for where they come from, which feeds into that kind of, I guess it's an inferiority complex when they travel, right? Because they feel like they're being judged for being American, despite the fact that they should actually carry it with pride and be like, look, we are a net exporter of culture. We are a net exporter of, at least in her field, in entertainment. We are, people look to us, maybe not to the same level that it was 20 years ago. 30 years ago. Certainly the culture has like anime and manga are both very big in America now and have taken root here. So it's not to say that that's entirely that way. K-pop has made its way here and all of those things. But in general, what's the saying is like, as New York goes, so goes the world. As America goes, so goes the world. In a lot of ways.
Yeah, I mean, I think like when you travel, you realize that pretty much every major city is kind of homogenizing around like Brooklyn chic, like this kind of vaguely American, more like super hyper consumer culture. And it's just like every city. I mean, I went to like Tokyo, London, Paris. I mean, the architecture is obviously still somewhat distinct, but generally like all the businesses are the same. People dress the same. And people's like interests are the same.
Now. Like culture feels very homogenized now.
And like if you leave the cities in these countries, you still get. But I think that's even coming to a close. Like I think we're just, as it stands now, just trudging forward to this like mass homogenization of culture into this kind of general American, vaguely American like slop consumer culture.
We have another
H&M
20 from Weary Traveler. She thinks there's nothing to learn from Americans because she goes from one coastal elite state to another. She will never speak to someone from Tennessee or Ohio who has completely different worldview than her.
Yep.
Yeah, and like when you see these celebrities that do visit the interior of the country, they always present them like they position themselves as like spiritually enlightened, and they're able to like perceive truth from like the desolation that they're like documenting. Like they always do this. Hey, it's like a Waffle House sign. They're like, isn't that cute? Because they're talking down. They're talking like they're enlightened, and they're able to like perceive this like this nice little truth. But they're immune from the consequences of like actually living in these places, which is often like economic hardship, these sorts of things. And they never visit like Cincinnati, where it's like fine. They're always visiting like a Waffle House or something.
But that's kind of speaking of Waffle House, what I love about Lana Del Rey is that she's never spoken down to anyone in the South or the Midwest, and she's drawn aesthetically and artistically upon all of these different regions and cities. Now she lives currently in the Bayou with her husband and is actually walking the walk. On another note, in this interview, they addressed Sabrina Carpenter's somewhat conflicting feelings toward the opposite sex. About men, she says, "I think they're a really fun species to watch in both a good and bad way." You're not watching them, you are allowing them to penetrate you. But she continued.
She's like a National Geographic.
to differentiate between the positive and negative experiences she has had with men, some of whom she might classify as man-children, I feel really adored, inspired, and loved by some men, and really confused, attacked, and ridiculed by others. When one of my friends announces she's having a son, I rejoice for that child because I know he'll be raised right. Meaning all of my friends are feminists and are going to indoctrinate their sons to hate themselves.
He will have absolutely no backbone. He will not stand up for himself, and he will defer to every woman that comes into his life.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I've only been on Earth for 26 years, but I feel like we've always kind of had to train men. Unfortunately, it's a tale as old as time. Train men, which is sort of a jab at her ex-boyfriend, Barry Keoghan.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that the man-child label was directed at him.
Does she, this may seem like a weird question. Do you know what her relationship is like with her family? Is she close to her parents? Does she have a good relationship with her father?
She says that her parents and that her family generally are supportive of her career, and she was asked about her family's thoughts on the Man's Best Friend album cover, and they liked it, according to her. So, and of course she has stage parents because she started as a child actress. So they put her into Disney.
Yeah, and I think a lot of these families, when like they're, especially with the female artists, when they like blow up or whatever, and then they end up like super sexualized, they're always too afraid to make like a public declaration that they're against this, because then their daughter would just cut them off forever.
Well, remember when Sammy Sheen joined OnlyFans and Charlie Sheen's like, I don't think that's a great idea, and everybody's like, hey, piece of shit, what do you mean it's not a good idea for your daughter to sell pictures of herself naked? And he's like, okay, fine, you know, I guess I didn't understand it.
It's funny because Charlie Sheen, at first, he wanted to be supportive, and then he just said, you know, keep it classy, which means
no, that was, I think it was the other way around.
Buck naked.
I think it was both. I think he started off not in support, and then he got a bunch of backlash, and he's like, okay, never mind, I was wrong. And now he's kind of come back around to like, this is not the greatest idea.
Maybe it was the other way around, but yeah, I just can't take this seriously. Like, do you really think you're that interesting?
Is this the same kind of notion you have of like the house that says like, when the queen is happy, there's peace in the kingdom? The happy wife, happy life.
Yeah, you probably can buy a placard from Home Goods that says, when the queen is happy, the kingdom is at peace, and put that over your kitchen. See, but the thing is, there was a time period before like the fourth wave feminism, or really like the late stage of third wave feminism, where that was a more innocuous and less controversial statement, because it was at a time when gender roles were still pretty specific in this country, where that idea of the woman who at that time when those phrases became popular still took care of the home and was not working, you know, didn't have a job, but took care of everything going on at home. The husband went to work, and there was very specific gender roles that brought the family together and made it a functional family unit. And the man's deferring to her in those ideas was less consequential, because it was like, I know my roles, you know your roles, and it was just something that you said. Now, it is not held in the same regard. And it's more of a sign of, you know, men who don't have the ability to lead their family kind of giving in to what feminism has created for whatever their facsimile of a traditional family is. Yeah, I think the happy wife, happy life phrase used to have a more charitable interpretation.
That's what I mean, yes.
Basically a different way of saying pick your battles.
Yes, absolutely.
Now it just means voluntarily longhousing yourself.
Yeah, now it just means
it's like, oh, she wants to sell pictures on OnlyFans. You should just let her do that, because happy wife, happy
exactly.
Life. Yeah.
When in reality, it's like, if you have a happy life, you're probably gonna have a happy wife.
Yeah, real.
It can go the other way around, actually.
Now it's like she wants to like paint your kids' nails, and you just have to be okay with that. Yeah. Oh, happy life! I just want to drink beer and watch football. Meanwhile, your wife is transing your kid.
Right.
That's like literally that's the presentation that I'm seeing a lot with the happy, the long, as you're getting long house.
And again, she says like, we have to train the men in our lives, but men run her existence, meaning that the album covers,
She is-
photographers, the music producers, the record label producers, the record label owners.
But I also mean her personal life when I say men run
What
her
she
life.
talks about.
She's obsessed with men.
Yeah.
Clearly. And I will stand by my original take on her album cover. She's just not that bright. And I wouldn't just say that about someone I dislike. Taylor Swift is someone I kind of dislike, and I think she's actually really smart. Sabrina Carpenter is just not all the way, like, no one's upstairs. She's just not that bright.
I've let everybody know in the chat that Olivia is right exactly 49.5% of the time. The other 51.5%, I am the correct party here. Yep.
All right, well, let's move
Let's move on.
So there is a TikToker who recently documented her firing from her job at LAX. She was a manager at a MAC makeup store in LAX, which obviously comes with really long hours and background checks. You have to go through TSA to get to work every day. And she decided it would be a really cute side hustle to document her job on TikTok for everyone to see. And in doing so, she caused a severe security breach at LAX by showing all of the entrances and exits that she uses at her job, by showing the register pin inside the Mac store, and showing all of the cash in the cash register and exactly where she puts it at the end of the day, in multiple videos, and we'll just show one of them.
Okay, so let's do this one first.
Yeah.
This one here. Here we go.
This is a come to work with me as a MAC manager inside LAX airport.
Thank you, honey. Do you have a straw for me too, please? Thank you, babe.
Oh, and with timestamps included, so you know exactly when the manager enters the store. Great stuff.
Like, back in the day, like, criminals had to case businesses and take notes. Now they just go on TikTok. And
She's on the shuttle.
Thank you.
She has her little Starbies. Shows herself going through TSA.
Morning, everyone.
4:50 a.m. Grab money. Shows all the money. Counts all the money. She shows exactly what it looks like. And as she's walking to the store with the money, the exact time that she opens the store,
she, like, types in the security code.
yeah, she literally shows the register pin.
Oh, my God.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah, shows the pin that she uses to open the cash register and everything. Shoe change because my feet were already hurting, she says.
Do you need a bag today, babe? Nah. All right. It's me 116.39. We're doing card. Yep. You're welcome. Okay. Have a great day, love.
Time to put on my fave lip combo.
Is there a guy's version of this? Like, is there a version that men do of something like this? I can't think of it. She
I feel
shows
like men
herself
have more situational awareness.
she like enters her phone code to get into her phone.
And she's playing
Which
Youngblood,
rock her
which is
keys
even
under for her
worse.
house?
Answering emails. Getting all the testers ready. Okay.
Okay.
And then in the part 2 that she ended up posting, she shows the closing duties and the register pin and where she goes to deposit the money at the end of the day.
Oh my gosh.
Everything. she showed everything. And once this went viral with a bunch of people commenting how unwise this is, her managers found out. And this Mac store actually is not owned by Estee Lauder because of the business arrangement they have with LAX. It's actually an LAX location.
Okay.
So they weren't aware of this until she made a response video about getting fired.
Here we go.
The plot twist that nobody asked for.
I would have never done anything to jeopardize it.
This is her in the middle of another come to work with me video where she ends up getting fired that day.
Thank you.
And she's still doing it in the video where she's announcing her getting fired. The same thing.
Where are you flying to today? Just oh, fun. Are we going to visit, or is that where we're from?
That's home.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you gotta stop by and say hi. What's your name?
I'm Jenny.
I'm Bree. Nice to meet you.
What are we looking at?
What are we looking at? So we're out of NC-17. That's probably what it was. We're out of NC-17. You want me to make you a sample of it though? That way you can, I got you. Babe, did you want to take a picture of the bottle and the color? Yeah. That way we know for next time. Here you go, my love.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You have a great day.
This is syrup that you're going with, right? Yes. So this is Whirl. She is a little bit darker, but
Does she have the camera
She's
on
filming
a tripod?
Yeah,
Like, what the
I'm guessing, yeah.
it's perfect because once this like mixed together.
11 a.m. Get fired. Mascara running down her face. She's bringing her stuff out of the store.
This is the most like consequential
home.
image of the modern age, which is like holding your phone like this while you're walking out.
While
like
you're crying after getting fired.
okay.
Yeah, so
So she got
the higher-ups found out about her side hustle on TikTok and understandably led to her termination. And people are actually saying they feel bad for her. Why? Why?
yeah.
She's still trying to garner sympathy
Yeah.
by posting about getting fired as well, as if this wasn't a textbook FAFO.
Yeah, like I don't think if she's just not that bright, she didn't really realize how dumb it was what she was doing.
You showed your badge, pre-opening times, the amount of money you carry.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
And it's so, from what I know, it's very hard to get a job at the airport. Like,
Is it?
okay, you got to go through like multiple background checks. I'm not talking like TSA because like they always make the joke like TSA is a jobs program, but I'm saying for like a job where at a Mac store, wouldn't it be just easier to go work at one at a regular mall? Like, not difficult to get, but very, very frustrating to have to do every day if you got to go through security every day. And you're under intense scrutiny because you're working at an airport. Rather, like, why would you want to do that?
Because of clout. It's just too tantalizing to get clout off.
She's
of
like,
your job.
oh, sorry, I work at the airport.
Ordinarily, I would assume that the owners of these stores, retail stores or beauty stores, whatever, they want their employees to make content like this because it makes it more appealing to people who might want to work there.
They're like, could you just do it without putting the PIN numbers in there and showing them?
this,
like,
yeah,
literally,
this is not one of
did
those
showing-
situations,
Did showing taking the money out of the vault really make the video better?
right? Like, if she just filmed herself in the middle of interacting with customers or something like that, showing products, they probably wouldn't have had an issue with it.
Yeah.
And I saw on one of the videos about this, a friend of hers commented saying, she's actually a really nice person, and it's just like not fair that she's getting dragged like this.
Okay, I believe that she is a very nice person. That doesn't mean that what
She's
she
nice, but she's dumb. That's
Yeah,
the
she's
problem.
Too nice.
She's
giving
an
away
idiot.
giving away the bank code.
Yeah. And then, you know, people understandably were like, look, this is a situation where someone prioritized social media views over situational awareness, over their own livelihood, actually, over common sense and over basic professionalism.
I mean, I think it also that like we take for granted the fact that given the current state of the political world, we have to be more cautious than most feel they need to be about your situation and how you're living your life in a lot of ways. I mean, that was something that used to come up all the time because doxing is a very big part of what happens in this space, right? Like the location of where we work, things like that. All of that stuff becomes a factor of conversation that we have to think about. Normies don't really think about it. It doesn't concern them.
I think it's like at the core of it, not just about oversharing or a lack of work ethic. It's because people are so self-absorbed. Like she wants to do her little main character act at her job, and that's, I mean, that would ordinarily be fine, but why would you expect to have this side business?
You should immediately be like, should I be filming the money in the red? Like, that should have set off antennas.
They also just have no sense of like danger.
Yeah,
maybe.
Well, if they've never,
like, there was this post I recently saw of it was a screenshot from TikTok that got posted on X. This girl was saying that she allowed a random homeless man on the street at the middle of the night do, like, he was like a chiropractor or something, or at least he claimed to be a chiropractor. And she let this homeless man, like, grab her by the neck, like her skull, and start adjusting her and cracking her bones. For fun, you know? For funsies.
So she's the one that the people who's like, my cell phone died, can I use yours?
And again, it's like, you wonder why women's sovereignty has been restricted in every society for all of human history, and then you do shit like this.
Yeah, don't it's like when the homeless person comes up and says, can I use your phone? And you're like, no.
They're like, what kind of shoes you wear? Like, I just want to see those. Like, can I try those on? I just want to, like, what kind of shoes are those?
Yeah, like you should aim to like not be seen as that gullible.
Yeah.
That's and again, I think she would have, it's not like the airport even necessarily plays a role in this. She's going to get fired for showing the pin at any job if the job is smart and wants to keep their business safe.
If anything, it's actually probably very, even if she put all the information out there, it'd probably be really difficult to rob a makeup store if it's past TSA. Like, you're going to hold it up with your fists, you know?
Unbelievable.
I don't want to speculate on what someone could do.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, if you're going to, you know, give away all the proprietary information of your business and it could get your place, you know, cleaned out, being at the airport is actually the safest place you could be.
Also, maybe this is like a self-report of sorts, but like, shouldn't you aim to like not display your moments of stupidity? Like, this is insane.
I mean, I think maybe there's a possibility that she knew that she was going to get fired for this, and she wanted to document getting fired so that she could, like, kind of launch her TikTok fame.
Well, then she should have, like, recorded the conversation, like, with her phone at her side or something like that. But, like, to me, it's like, we talk about this all the time. Like, women love sharing their L's. It's one of their favorite things in the world. And, look, I guess, like, has that always been true in human history? Women love to commiserate together and share the things that go wrong. But now they're not just sharing it with women. They're sharing it with the whole world, where it's like, how many times do you see on X, like, a post where somebody, like, quote tweets something that says, the way you would have had to waterboard me to get me to admit this? Like, right?
Yeah, I think that I would be ascribing too much intelligence to assume that she planned all of this out.
Perhaps so.
It's just pure stupidity.
Yep.
On display here.
All right. What would you guys like to see? Cringe or cute of the day?
Let's see the cringe first.
Cringe first. Okay. We will do that.
This is a Caitlin Clark cringe.
Here we go.
Apparently she has a boyfriend, and
does she? Okay.
Yeah, this is a video of her and her boyfriend where she's walking out to greet him.
Oh. That's rough.
Yeah.
What happened there?
She, like, basically pushed him away.
Oh, no.
And then keep it playing, and then that body language from him after she walks away says everything.
Okay. Like
That is a dejected
You
man.
went like penguin.
I feel like this would be more so if he like did like a big motion towards her, but he didn't even lift his arms. Like if he made like a big motion inwards and she's just like sidesteps, that's one thing. I don't see it. Not to the same level you're ascribing.
I don't know. Looks to me like he got curved.
And he like really tried to go in there.
No, he did not. He
Like
like
when I watch his face, look, bang. There's like an extension there.
Yeah.
she's
Oh.
she's like I don't want to be seen with you.
Yeah.
She's been hanging out with the lesbians too much. There's a lot of them in the WNBAs. Maybe
Right.
she's starting to,
Well, she's
maybe
on
it's
the
a social
contagious.
contagion.
If I remember correctly, she's hurt the rest of this year. I think.
Oh,
Is
okay.
she?
Yeah, this was at the All-Star. I don't know how long ago this would have been. July 19th, so she wasn't hurt at this time.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cute of the day. Here we go. Oh, this is from Devin. He says, toothless and his dill pickle.
Very cute.
It's not a euphemism. It's an actual dill pickle.
Yeah.
Very cute. Thank you,
It's good to
guys.
see. It's good to
Also,
see.
remember, you can submit your pets for cute of the day. I've added some new ones today. Use the hashtag PCCPets. Tag me in there at Brett Dasovic on X. Photos, no videos, please.
Yesterday, when the news broke that Disney reached an agreement with Jimmy Kimmel to bring him back to air, that is at the time we're recording this tonight, I assumed that in those conversations, Nexstar and Sinclair, the affiliate stations that initially decided not to air Jimmy Kimmel Live, were involved. I thought they were on board with the decision and everything was going to go back to normal because, right, nothing ever happens, nothing ever changes.
Nothing ever changes. Stuff happens. Nothing changes.
That was not the case. I was wrong to assume that because now, as of last night and today, both Sinclair and Nexstar have announced that they are planning to preempt Jimmy Kimmel Live tonight. There is a statement from Sinclair. Beginning Tuesday night, Sinclair will be preempting Jimmy Kimmel Live across our ABC affiliate stations and replacing it with news programming. Discussions with ABC are ongoing as we evaluate the show's potential return. And Nexstar followed it up with their own announcement. Nexstar today announced that the company's owned and partner television stations affiliated with the ABC TV network will continue to preempt Jimmy Kimmel Live. We made a decision last week to preempt Jimmy Kimmel following what ABC referred to as Kimmel's ill-timed and insensitive comments at a critical time in our national discourse. We stand by that decision pending assurance that all parties are committed to fostering an environment of respectful, constructive dialogue in the markets we serve. In the meantime, we note that Jimmy Kimmel Live will be available nationwide on multiple Disney-owned streaming products, while our stations will focus on continuing to produce local news and other programming relevant to their respective markets. So they have stood in solidarity against Disney, really.
Yes.
Not
So-
really against Jimmy Kimmel himself.
If you're wondering what this equals out to, between Nexstar and Sinclair, they equal out to about 70 affiliate stations, 70 different channels. And that's about, according to WDW Pro, it will equal out to about 40% of the stations that actually air Jimmy Kimmel, of the stations, which is about 200 affiliates that air Jimmy Kimmel Live. And that's a lot. And that could equal out to a lot of lost revenue for these. And Brendan Carr has since made his thoughts on this. Heard, if you don't know who Brendan Carr is, he is the head of the FCC. He said this in response to Senator Scott Wiener. I will make no
I
joke.
think
Great
he can
name.
still have a career in politics with that last
That he
name.
ran against a guy with the last name
Crazy.
Epstein.
And lost, yes.
Amazing thing.
Scott Wiener says, can't wait to, but he's a senator in California. He says, can't wait to break Sinclair up. Corporate media consolidation doesn't jibe with democracy. Although Sinclair isn't a fan of democracy, most people are. Here's what Brendan Carr says. He says, on Kimmel, the Democrats are enraged is in nothing more than projection and distortion. Projection because Democrats Democrats are the ones that spent years illegally weaponizing government to silent dissent. It is the Democrats that will do it all again, as they are openly telling you to do today. Distortion because Democrats want to blame anything other than Disney and their local TV stations for Kimmel's suspension. Those businesses decided that, in their view, a suspension made sense. The reporting on this is clear. Notably, this is the first time recently that any local TV stations have pushed back on a national programmer like Disney, and that is a good thing because we want empowered local TV stations. After all, local TV stations, not the national programmers, have public interest obligations, and they should be making decisions that, in their view, meets the needs of their local communities. I walked through all of this with my Concordia remarks yesterday, which are posted below. And then there was actually follow-up to that in which Senator Scott Wiener, again, says Trump's unqualified hack FCC chairman. Democrats are the ones silencing free speech, and to stop them, we need to let MAGA corporations silence criticisms of the right. Do you hear yourselves? Break up Sinclair. He says, Democrats just keep digging themselves a deeper and deeper hole on Kimmel. They simply can't stand that local TV stations, for the first time in years, stood up to a national programmer and chose to exercise their lawful right to preempt programming. We need to keep empowering local TV stations to serve the communities they license. Now, I just want to add, I would have actually bought for a while that there was a reasonable argument to be made that it would be likely to be suspicious of Nexstar, who was in the process of purchasing a company called Tegna, which owns a bunch of other television stations, which would increase their market cap in the industry. But it's not just Nexstar that's doing this. It is Sinclair as well. It also does not incorporate the fact that ABC affiliates were contacting Disney last week, citing anger from the sponsors and the ads, the people buying ads on their stations. And it doesn't include the fact that Kimmel was given a chance to talk about this, and he didn't want to talk about it. All of that was done before Disney pulled the plug on him. Mm-hmm. Okay?
But they had discussions with Kimmel.
Yes.
Without these affiliate stations involved.
And Carr called ownership caps, meaning like the caps that a station can have, like the cap that a company like Sinclair can have on the market. He called them arcane and artificial. Say what you want about monopolies. That's a whole nother discussion. But I've yet to see any proof. There is no memo sent from the FCC telling them to shut it down, all of this stuff. People have just merely run with their narrative and then gone.
Are they really trying to argue that these affiliate stations are MAGA?
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
They just live in a different reality
They do.
from the rest of us.
And look, Tim has his own perspective on this. Tim thinks that terrorism may be the reason that Disney wanted to bring back Kimmel, right? He was saying that there was a shooting at a Sacramento. Was it a Sinclair affiliate or was it a Nexstar?
It was an
affiliate?
ABC affiliate.
I'm sorry, an ABC affiliate in Sacramento. Yeah. And that person left a note citing Trump, Epstein, Pam Bondi, Dan Bongino, Kash Patel, and others as a reason, saying like they're next.
Thankfully,
right?
He didn't end up killing anyone, but they say there's circumstantial evidence that the shooter, Anibal Hernandez Santana, 64, we've got a boomer, had a political motive behind the shooting on Friday. There are indications that the motive was political in kind. We're looking and investigating the case. He chose a particular target with the notes he left behind and the recent dismissal of the Jimmy Kimmel Show. I think there's circumstantial evidence to show this was a politically motivated crime.
Yeah. Again, if Sinclair hadn't also preempted the show, I would have said there's at least something sus going on with the fact that Nexstar wants to buy Tegna for $6.2 billion and increase their market share. That would be one thing, but that doesn't explain the advertisers calling Disney, and it doesn't include Sinclair. It doesn't address the fact that Sinclair is addressed with this as well.
We have another 20 from Shane H. Wilder. If Scott Wiener wants to break up Sinclair, then he will have to break up all of the cable/internet companies as they have been merging left and right to keep from going out of business. The Sacramento station was Tegna.
Yes.
Okay. I wasn't aware of that.
Okay.
So that was targeted basically from... the
look,
left, it appears.
His ratings are going to be huge tonight and will probably stay big for about a week and then probably trickle back down to normal numbers. But he'll do big numbers tonight. I think he's got Gavin Newsom on tonight, so it's not political at all.
Yeah.
Not political at all.
Yeah.
He's just some governor, yeah.
Like, that'd actually be hilarious if he had Trump on for his first one back.
So
That's what he should have done.
His average ratings before all of this popped off were what? 129,000 live in the 18 to 49 demographic.
That is something that people have been obfuscating as well, which is that people are saying that he was getting 129,000 live viewers. That's not accurate. He was getting 129,000, if I remember correctly, in the 18 to 49 demographic, which is used for selling advertisements.
Yeah.
But even that's going to start shifting because nobody watches regular television under the age of 50. Right?
You were mentioned in Media Matters for pointing that out.
Oh, I don't even have it pulled up. Yeah, guys, I finally, I've made it in the world. I need to pull up the song, like, "Hey, look, Ma, I made it," because that was somehow I got mentioned in a Media Matters report for not. They said that I argued. They said. In an appearance on right-leaning show Timcast IRL, at least they didn't call it far right, podcaster Brett Dasovic argued that late-night TV ratings have been going down consistently. Well, that's not an argument. That's just a fact. And he added that Kimmel is number 2 in the ratings on late night next to Colbert, who has already been canceled because his ratings are garbage.
That's not an argument. That's
also
a
true.
fact.
Just true. Yeah.
But I do feel like I've made it now that I've been mentioned by Media Matters.
You can be proud of that.
I need to get the SPLC and who else? The ACLU.
Yeah.
Somebody else needs to mention me, and then
We
I'll...
have another 20 from Pop Culture Junkie. What has not been publicized is that sponsors were pulling local spots from the ABC-owned and operated stations, most of whom are in large markets. ABC has been mum on the status of the actual spots purchased on the network.
And the thing is it is in Disney's best interest to stay mum about all of this, because they just get to let everybody else run with the narrative that makes it look like they were, quashed by Trump.
Still, I have to say, I don't really care how it happened or who prompted all of this. Yeah. Like, he's facing consequences for spreading a lie, a dangerous lie on air. It wasn't a joke. It was merely disguised as a joke by the fact that anytime he ends a sentence, they have to laugh because they have a sign that tells them to laugh. I don't really care if it were the FCC, which it demonstrably wasn't. I don't really care if it was the action of these affiliate stations, if it was a revolt from advertisers, or if it was Disney itself that made the decision to take him off the air. It doesn't matter, because the ultimate point is he should face consequences for lying.
Which, of course, they're not even being framed as lies. It's being framed as ill-timed comments, which is, of course... And again, he used weasel words.
Yeah, but people are trying to get a gotcha moment on the right by saying that it's hypocritical for them to be offended by an off-color joke. It's not a joke. And even if he were making an off-color joke, that's not the fundamental crux of the issue.
They're like, hey, you know what the joke is? You're a Nazi. Why are you offended by that?
I was talking to a journalist earlier today about this situation, and she tried to draw a false equivalency between off-color jokes that people on the right have made about various political violence, including a joke that Don Jr. made at the expense of Paul Pelosi. Yeah. And I was like, this is a distraction, because we're not having a conversation about offensive jokes right now. Yeah. We're having a conversation about the fact that he violated FCC guidelines, which he did. So this is just, you need to stop drawing comparisons between things that have nothing in common. And this journalist even said, in regard to Charlie Kirk, well, Charlie Kirk, he said that he was glad George Floyd died. And I said, I wasn't aware of that. Did he say he was glad that George Floyd died? That's interesting. I'm surprised to hear that. And she said, well, it wasn't that he said he was glad that George Floyd died. It was that he said he wasn't sad about it. And I was
Those are very different things.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, let me stop you right there. because this is exactly what we're mad about. You're lying.
Yes.
Like, all of you, you're
They can't help-
lying.
they can't help
and you don't
themselves.
even know that you're doing it. Like, it's sad. Like, they don't even know that they're lying. It's like breathing to them.
I also want to address this one tweet that I found very funny. This person says, Sinclair is refusing to air Kimmel. Disney should pull everything. First of all, before we go on, imagine taking a person, again, who's getting 129,000 in the key demo, and then pulling every show that you have that does good viewership on that principle. Right? He says they should pull High Potential, Abbott Elementary, The Rookie, Shifting Gears, 911, Will Trent, Grey's Anatomy, Dancing with the Stars. Pull them all. Pull them all. Leave a gaping hole in their schedule where their ethics aren't. Well, of course, they just air something else there. But this person says that's not how it works. The networks provide the shows to all affiliates. It is up to the affiliate to decide to carry it. They sell local advertising on these shows, and the advertisers have a big say in what is aired. In what is aired. Don't even think about touching my High Potential. I agree. That is my favorite show on television right now. Don't even think about touching High Potential. You leave it alone.
But you're
then
watching it on streaming.
I don't even watch it
Yeah.
on an ABC affiliate. I watch it on Hulu.
Right, exactly. Now from Deadline, as of yesterday afternoon, Jimmy Kimmel's talks with Disney went down to the wire on Monday. They say Jimmy will say what Jimmy wants to say. There was always a desire to do the best thing for the company, for Disney, and the thoughtful conversations between Bob Iger, Dana Walden, and Jimmy Kimmel and his team. To that, the final sign-off on Kimmel's return to his show was made in the morning of Monday by Bob Iger and Dana Walden after a last-minute flurry of paperwork, texts, and calls with Team Jimmy. Having started the day after Jimmy Kimmel was preempted indefinitely over his remarks, the conversations among the principals continued over the weekend until the agreement was reached yesterday. Amidst protests outside Disney HQ and more direct attacks from Trump at Kirk's memorial on Sunday, whispers that something was up. The protest by Sarah McLachlan and others at last night's Lilith Fair documentary premiere in LA. Clearly, whatever compromise was reached was in Jimmy Kimmel's favor. A source said Jimmy Kimmel will say what Jimmy wants to say, and that presumably means that when he returns to his show tonight, he's not going to be making any concessions. He's not going to issue an apology. He's not going to admit any wrongdoing.
Which is, in theory, what he needed to do if he wanted to get back on those affiliate stations. And Disney says, okay, we'll just take a potential 40% drop in viewership because you don't want to apologize. Okay, that's
it'll be high.
That's the free market.
It'll be high viewership only because of the scandal, but once that wears off, what happens then?
I mean, I still think he comes. I still think he ends up back on the networks. Like I never imagined.
Probably.
I never for a second imagined this was a permanent banning. I imagined that it would
nothing
be.
ever happens.
I imagined it would be a week and then it would go back to normal as things always do. I tend to not believe that these things make for like long-term change, but who knows? Like his contract is up next year. Like, did they just not renew him and bring in somebody else?
Then. Yeah.
I don't know. But as far as I'm concerned, this is just one of those conversations where everybody's got their own framing of the story and they're being disingenuous to pretend like this is some type of major attack on free speech, especially given what we're going to be talking about after Superchats.
Yes.
All right, let's do some Superchats.
Hairbrain Studio said, Brett, I was Headbutt Man Studio, but I rebranded because I couldn't get anyone to read Headbutt Man and I couldn't get a view on here to save my life.
I mean, maybe the name just wasn't like...
I don't know.
Didn't sell well on the name Headbutt Man Studios.
He also said, I've got a marketing budget now, so I can do this all day within reason. Does Tim still steal your tips?
You mean the Super Chats that are not ours?
Consider that stealing.
that are not ours because we're salary?
Yeah.
Like that's doesn't make any sense, but okay.
Hairbrain Studio said, but I think people will read Horror School because I'll go crazy if they don't. I've got audiobook segments to test the text-to-speech software.
Okay. I do want to reiterate, guys, like everything that goes on here, whether it's viewership, whether it's super chats, money that's made from ad revenue, all of it goes into making this show financially viable for Tim to keep on the air for us. So it's not the same thing as like, oh, we just take the money.
Yeah, the super chats do not.
They
in fact,
they
go
keep
to
us employed.
Actually, they all go to the Gongo.
That's exactly where I send all of them.
Shane H. Wilder said, "Happy Patriot Tuesday, Brett, Tate, and Mary. Last night I called into IRL and told Tim to get Father Carlos Martins on. Hopefully Lisa was listening."
Let's hope.
Lisa's a real one. I think she's
Lisa's
going to
a
help you
G.
out with that.
She's a patriot as well.
All right, let's hold off on the rest. We will come back. This is a big one.
Okay, so it looks like YouTube, much like all of these other social media platforms, is planning to reverse course on the heavy censorship they've been implementing all throughout the last decade or more. Google has now admitted to censorship under Biden and now promises to end bans of YouTube accounts of thousands of Americans censored for political speech. This was in a document released to Fox News. Today, thanks to the oversight of Chairman Jim Jordan, Google commits to offer all creators previously kicked off of YouTube due to political speech violations on topics such as COVID-19 and elections an opportunity to return to the platform. Google also admitted the following to the House Judiciary Committee. 1. The Biden administration pressured Google to censor Americans and remove content that did not violate YouTube's policies. It seems like government overreach to me.
Just a little bit.
Number 2, the Biden administration's censorship pressure was, quote, unacceptable and wrong.
Doesn't seem
unquote.
like they think much about the idea of democracy.
Number 3, public debate should never come at the expense of relying authorities. Number 4, the company will never use third-party fact checkers. You still cannot mention the words Illuminati or abortion.
We will
or
get the
vaccines
Wikipedia
on any YouTube video without fact check underneath.
We will get, just mentioning Illuminati means you'll get the Wikipedia, which is, you know, kind of sus.
And number 5, Europe's censorship laws target American companies and threaten American speech, including the removal of, quote, lawful content. These major admissions come after Jim Jordan's subpoena to Google and a years-long investigation into the company.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that's going to look like. Twitter obviously did the same thing where they, after Elon bought out Twitter, decided to offer a pathway to reinstate banned accounts. And the latest was only last week, right, with Gavin McInnes. He was the last person to get unbanned of these major conservative voices. I have no idea why it took that long for Gavin McInnes specifically to get unbanned.
They're like, we did Alex Jones. We did, who are the other big ones?
There was also Stefan Molyneux, I believe.
And then after that, they're like, oh, crap.
And, who was the other one?
There have been a couple.
Oh, Milo.
Yeah.
Of course. Milo was one of the biggest bans after he got into a row with Leslie Jones. I think that was back in 2017.
That was a long time ago, yeah.
And he was one of the latest to get unbanned. But
McInnes
Gavin
got banned in
McInnes-
2018.
Yeah.
So these guys are like casualties.
And he only just now got his account back on X.
Yeah.
No idea what the holdup was.
Yep.
But they're planning to do the same thing on YouTube, allegedly.
It was weird because, like, I think it was Sargon was like tweeting at Elon or something, and Elon responded, and it was something like, "Hey, by the way, you should unban Gavin McInnes." And Elon was like, "Who's that?"
He didn't even know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it could have just been
He
like
just needed to-
his name got lost in the stack of
Right.
papers. I don't know. I don't know if I believe that, but it's the. But it
Right.
I
seems
don't
like
know if
happened.
I believe that he didn't know who he was.
There is, I've pulled up a list of a bunch of channels that have gotten banned over the years for both political and apolitical reasons. But here were some of the political channels that got deleted. One is called Patriots Soapbox.
That one I've never heard of.
In 2020, YouTube announced a widespread purge of extremist conspiracy theory channels such as those promoting QAnon and Pizzagate, which targeted individuals or groups. Patriots Soapbox, a prominent QAnon outlet, which was many of the channels to be terminated under the new policy. The account was spreading QAnon ideas that falsely posited Donald Trump as the only beacon of hope against a cabal of Satanist elites exploiting children.
Trust the
It
plan.
hosted regular discussions of cryptic QAnon drops in 24/7 streams, often welcoming Republican politicians as guests. Despite being banned, their online influence has not disappeared. They also mentioned Sneeko here.
I'm sorry, but like, there's absolutely like women in the world who will sneer at QAnon and then talk about Taylor Swift sending them secret messages from beyond the internet. So remember, Taylor Swift is just QAnon for women.
Sneeko didn't specifically get banned for talking about COVID-19 or election integrity. It says he was promoting racism, sexism, homophobia, and anti-Semitism. His beliefs led to his YouTube account being banned twice, once in 2022 and again in 2024, after which it was terminated entirely. And his follow-up, his backup channel, was then terminated as well. And then also there's Soph. If you guys don't recall, this girl...
I remember Soph.
This girl was only like 11 years old when she started making YouTube videos that were political in nature. A lot of people thought that maybe an adult or her brother was like writing her scripts for her.
I remember that.
I would say she just shouldn't be on YouTube because she's a child, but her follow-up backup channel was shut down in 2022 as well. Leafy is here, got terminated in 2020 because of his videos about Pokimane. So he's probably not going to get his channel back either. They also mention Varg Vikernes, Owen Benjamin, LifeSite News, which specifically got banned during the COVID-19 crackdown in February of 2021 after espousing anti-vaccine content and denials of COVID's severity and danger to the public. There's also Dan Bongino on here. He got banned on YouTube in January of 2022. Twice he got temporarily suspended after casting doubt on mask effectiveness. So Dan Bongino will probably get his channel back if they're telling the truth. Stefan Molyneux got banned permanently on YouTube in January of 2020, joining the laundry list of other organizations doing the same, including SoundCloud, PayPal, and MailChimp.
All of this
Richard
is going
Spencer,
on,
Gavin
yet
McInnes, Alex Jones.
all of this, and Alex Jones still owes $1.5 billion.
Yeah.
Real.
And just recently, actually, Destiny was saying he was in fear that his YouTube channel is going to get banned permanently after he got demonetized. He said, I felt like my YouTube is going to get permabanned soon because I got demonetized yesterday for they didn't say. So I don't know. We'll appeal it. We'll see what happens. But if Kimmel was getting canceled from ABC, I don't know.
Yeah.
I hope that Destiny gets deplatformed. I'm going to just say that openly because he was openly calling for political violence.
Yeah. There's a 20 there.
Where is this? From the mayor of Seriostown.
That sounds like a great job.
Mr. Brett, you're a respectable married man now. Please use this super chat that isn't yours to get some high-end white t-shirts. Get yourself the good stuff. I recommend True Classic. Blessings to you and Mrs. Brett.
Thank you, but I don't want the good stuff. I actually prefer my shirts to be thinner because I don't want, shirts
You're just
with
weird
heft.
like that.
I'm just weird like that. Why get a pack of 3 for a certain price if I can get 6 for the same price?
It's true.
6 for the same price.
Hashtag Kirkland signature.
Exactly. Oh, I saw that Nike is doing like a collaboration with Kirkland, and I'm like, I can't.
Kirkland, that still exists?
Yeah.
Kirkland
Interesting.
signature, yeah. It's the Costco.
I can't.
Yeah.
I can't with these people. Anyways, continue.
Here were some of the responses to Destiny's comments. Did he honestly think overtly advocating for, glorifying, and promoting political violence wouldn't have resulted in this? I'll never understand these people who think they can call for violence against people they dislike and wonder why they're being canceled after someone they targeted is assassinated. It's a level of stupidity I can't understand. You're free to speak, not to make terrorist threats. I don't think he should be banned unless he has broken TOS. I support everyone's right to free speech, even if I don't agree with them, said another. And I disagree with that because, first of all, he obviously broke TOS multiple times on multiple platforms and hasn't faced any consequences for it simply because he is a default lib.
He's a leftist. He's not even a lib.
I mean, I would say he's kind of more representative of a default lib.
I mean,
not
feel
a leftist.
Like when you
doesn't identify as a communist or anything like that. He's not even as far left as Hassan.
Yeah, I guess it's more just the way he talks.
He's just insane. And he's someone who has nothing left to lose. I mean, if Destiny loses his YouTube channel, like, who knows what he's capable of.
Yeah.
Might totally crash out.
All right. Well,
I don't want to see that happen.
just remember, just keep in mind the amount of people who are just over on another side of X right now talking about the death of free speech because of Jimmy Kimmel, who will then ignore everything that just got mentioned. Everything that just got mentioned about what YouTube was doing in 2020, what YouTube was doing all through COVID, what YouTube was doing even before that. When we really,
and what
really
Mark
think about it.
Zuckerberg admitted was happening under Biden with Facebook. They were pressuring Facebook to censor.
Even the soft censorship of what YouTube did back in like 2019 when they said we are going to move to promote authoritative news sources rather than to let the algorithm decide, or let the, let the landscape of the platform decide who is popular. And Tim and a lot of these creators in the space talk about this all the time. There was organic growth early, and as soon as they started to kowtow to the Foxes, the MSNBCs, and the CNNs, the reach of a lot of these channels with very influential people who are still influential today was kneecapped.
I just want to mention the opening up of social media platforms, YouTube included, but all of them really in recent years, just in the last couple of years and months. It doesn't explain itself. There's no apparent reason why they are allowing more speech on these platforms. I've noticed that on Instagram as well.
And you think it's because...
The running theory from some people is that these parent companies like Meta, Google, and also SpaceX, Tesla, they're using a higher volume of content on these platforms post censorship to train AI. Yeah. So obviously X is training Grok, Instagram, Facebook are training Meta's AI, and on YouTube, if there's a higher volume of content that's not getting censored, that's going to be used to train Gemini. That seems like part of the explanation, but not the entire thing.
Yeah. I would agree, because Elon admitted that. He admitted as much, that he bought X because he wanted to use it to
not
train.
Out of the goodness of his heart.
No. He's like, I wanted a wealth of data to be able to train on, and that makes perfect sense to me. You should never assume that any of these companies are doing something for altruistic reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right.
Let's read some super chats.
Let's do it.
Corey Anderson said, "You ever go to the bathroom?"
No, never.
No.
What is that? I've never heard of that before. Slavic McGoth said, "Home drinking and currently making a pierogi breakfast at 3 p.m. Open up, Brett."
A pierogi breakfast?
I don't know about pierogies for breakfast. That's a little much.
That's going even for me, who did try one and said they were good. Eating that for breakfast is insane.
He's gonna feed it to you with a going like.
Here comes the blit. You ever seen like those memes on like 9/11? It's like the moms the day after 9/11. Like, here comes the blit.
Never mind. Pop Culture Junkie said, "I'll be curious to see if the increased ratings from Kimmel's show tonight will compensate for the loss of viewers from Sinclair and Nexstar stations." They probably will, but how long is that going to last?
Yeah.
A week at most. Yeah. But who knows if they're, going to continue their preempting of his show for that long either.
And let's focus on the real winner of all this is Noah Centennial, who can renew his year-long Disney subscription next year.
Thank you, guys. This is the lesson. This is the takeaway. It matters not what you've done, but what you do with what you've done for others. Noah Centennial. Corey Anderson.
We need to get him and Jaden Smith together to really break down what's going on in the world.
A podcast with them, too, yeah. Corey Anderson said, Tater has broccoli hair.
Is this true? I think it's just curly.
Well, it's not quite, because you didn't get the perm, the Zoomer perm.
Yeah, it's just like this.
Yeah.
There's not much I can do about it.
Do one more there.
Shane H. Wilder said, "Look, I love Taco Bell, but in November they are releasing a Baja Blast pie with a graham cracker crust, Baja Blast gelatin filling, and whipped cream." Wow. Why?
It's like all those it's all those like memes and the Photoshop nightmares come to life of like the Baja Blast flavored hot dogs.
I don't know. I thought that was a joke at first, but they're actually doing it, and it doesn't seem good. Like, are you gonna try it?
No, I wouldn't try that. I did see, like, I do follow Snackalator on Instagram, which is like, he just has all the drops for all the new snacks that are coming out. And he always does, like, the energy drink drops. And there's, like, an apple flavored Monster coming out. And I'm like, damn.
But it's like, it's not even a pie. That's what bothers me. It's literally just Jell-O.
Yeah.
It's Baja Blast flavored Jell-O in the shape of a pie.
See, the thing is now, like, every single snack company, it's all just collab. Like, you go to get, like, an iced coffee, and it's like Cinnamon Toast Crunch flavored.
No, it's like they get the celebrity endorsements now. So at Dunkin', it's the Sabrina's shaking my little ass espresso or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't want to say that.
It is all
the whole lot.
The whole latte,
please.
It is, though. Like, every company. So what I think they've realized is, like, you can increase your brand. Like, if you're making some type of, like, drink or some type of snack, but then you get a license to use, like, Snickers or to use Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and the brand recognition that comes from that increases your sales.
That's the meta with fast food right now, is specialty beverages, because it's cheap. And what they do with these, like, rage bait snacks, like the Baja Blast pie, they just want TikTokers to make, like, trying the Baja Blast pie videos. They're trying to recreate the Grimace shake moment. And I don't know if it's going to work for them, but they just know if you show up to get the Baja Blast pie, you're not just going to order the Baja Blast pie. You're going to get other stuff too.
I typed in collabs. I have no idea if this is real or not. But who the hell wants to eat a Ritz Oreo?
You know what? I would. I would. That actually seems good.
Oreo Reese's? I'd
eat that.
Ritz Oreo is good because it mixes the sweet and salty. That makes sense.
What the hell was the one? I had one the other day where it was like a Reese's and a Twix or something. I don't know what it was, but
what is going on?
I was eating it and I was just like, look, this isn't my fault. You can't make this and think I'm not going to buy it. I'm not even responsible for my own actions at that point. Like, upon the creation of this, it was foregone. It was foregone. It was foretold. I was going to eat it. Probably put on 5 pounds.
Well, if you guys want the latest updates on crazy snacks, you have to follow the Snackalator account on Instagram.
It's great.
They
It's a
announce
great
all of them.
Snackalator?
The Snackalator.
It's like the... What is it, like a index?
It's like a dude who's like, that's like, I don't know if it's his job now, but that's like what he does.
They post all of the snacks and like fast food collabs on there.
Because that's what Running on Empty food review. What was that guy's name?
Oh yeah,
Review Bra.
Review Bra. I don't know what his real name was.
Report of the week or something. Yeah, he used to kind of hold that down, and then where'd he go?
See?
Yeah, I mean, I like that he's honest. He's not getting paid.
Yeah.
Bad Apple Monster. Sign me up.
It's like apple juice
I
flavor?
guess, yeah.
Okay, that's gross.
The
What's going on at Crumble?
Where did you see that? Oh, over here it says September 22nd through the 27th.
That's a cake. That's literally a layer cake. How is that a cookie?
It's not crumble. There's no crumbles.
What the hell?
Let's go. Let's move on. We got more to discuss.
I want to move on. I want to get to the bottom of this.
We have to figure out what the hell is going on. Okay. I am worried for the Zoomettes, the Gen Z girls these days, because I just learned that they have deemed this actor, Chris Briney, the Gen Z Brad Pitt. He is this generation's Hollywood heartthrob. And when I took a look at this man, and in case you didn't know, he's like the breakout star from this Amazon show called The Summer I Turned Pretty. This man looks like an oatmeal sandwich on Wonder Bread. He looks like boiled chicken embodied in a person. He looks like a nut.
He's the man that, like, if he was a food, he's something you eat when you're on a cut.
But this is what we're supposed to believe is the heartthrob of the new youth generation, and I'm confused.
He does
to say the least.
look. He's basically Sean and Corey's, like Sean from Boy Meets World or Corey's brother from Boy Meets World, the hair.
Well, let's take a look at this. This is his collab with Panera Bread, and they're playing on the plot of the show, The Summer I Turned Pretty, with the love triangle here.
Here we go.
I don't know what to do. I'm torn between two things. I could listen to my gut and do what I know is right, or I could follow my heart and let the chips fall where they may. But it's hard, you know, knowing what you should do.
So gonna get copyrighted for what I don't know what the music is in the background, but I can already see the copyright notice appearing on our channel. I apologize. Continue.
And what you want to do are very different things. I just wish it didn't have to be like this.
So, are you ready to order?
I know the right thing to do is just leave it alone and get a salad, but I will always love sandwiches. I grew up eating them.
He's not even that good of an actor.
You know you can have both, Chris.
I can?
It's called You Pick Two. It's kind of our thing.
So you're saying no one has to make an agonizing decision between two things they really care about?
It's not that deep. It's just a salad and a sandwich.
I'll take it. The You Pick Two. Wish life was like Panera.
So this guy is a viral sensation. Chris Briney is getting interviewed by every magazine about what is it like to be at the center of attention.
Bro, other guy took him to school.
All of these women who are just obsessed with you and just like so hot for you right now. Like, how does it feel to be the Brad Pitt of your generation?
So wait, so what does it feel like?
So, because he's getting all of this attention right now, this app called Quinn decided to take advantage of that situation. And they hired him with probably a hefty paycheck, I can imagine.
I'm sure.
To narrate erotica audiobooks for women. This man. Makes sense, I guess, that they want to listen to him rather than look at him. And I wouldn't pick on this guy, I swear. I wouldn't pick on him just for being weird looking if it weren't for this. Here is the trailer to the erotica audiobook released by Quinn, narrated by Chris Briney.
Take good care of your heart. I bet he didn't take good care of your body either. Did he? Didn't think so. You deserve to be loved. And thoroughly ruined.
Why do you do this to me, dude?
That's all that you need to hear. That's all that you need to hear.
Why, like...
Oh, no.
Look. Bro, we could be talking about Spider-Man right now.
And women are paying monthly subscription fees for Quinn to get access to the entire library of audiobook porn on this website. I had never heard of it before, but this came up in my algorithm because I'm the demographic, right? I don't get it, but I'm the demographic. They have also veered quite close to stealing intellectual property from Amazon because the story of this audiobook is not so loosely inspired by The Summer I Turned Pretty. It's a love triangle, and he's the older brother. Yeah, he is the favorite of the fan base, and they even pulled from the marketing materials for The Summer I Turned Pretty to promote this. I looked further into Quinn, and I found their website. It says, Quinn is the app for audio erotica made by women for the world. Listen to immersive erotic stories from your favorite voices on the internet. And now Chris Briney is one of them. And this is being framed, I kid you not, as empowering for women. Before we get to the next clip, I am reading a 20 from Pop Culture Junkie. Sinclair and Nexstar, both notoriously cheap, could continue to preempt Kimmel indefinitely with cheap-to-produce local shows. This would violate their affiliation agreement, and ratings versus Kimmel would probably stink. Okay, the next clip here is Chris Briney explaining why he decided to narrate audio porn for women. It's not because they paid him just an absolute truck of money. It's because it's empowering. It's feminist.
That they place on female-driven stories and empowering stories, what we have digested for a long time is not. You know, there's a lot of male-driven and a lot of sort of loose stereotypes. It was exciting to read something that is quite the antithesis of that and empowering. What drew me to...
Yeah. So it's empowering to be a female gooner, apparently. See, I also went into Quinn's official glossary. They break down all of the tags and terms that you'll find on Quinn.
Yeah.
And here were some of them, just some of them. They have BFE, boyfriend experience.
Okay.
GFE, girlfriend experience.
Okay.
They also have DDLG, MDLB. Double penetration is DP.
That's designated
have,
picture. That's designated picture. They can't take that away from America.
They have L-bombs. That is a tag for audios that contain "I love you" in audio. And another one is called JOI, jerk-off instructions.
Oh no.
A CFNM or CMNF, clothed female with nude male, or clothed male with nude female. Alpha, this is another one, ABO, alpha, beta, omega, audios containing Omegaverse dynamics. I have no idea what that means, but I really hope it has nothing to do with
It's like better be fraternity or something.
Would the female version of this be a woman who's like, she gets on a chair and she's like, look, in a male-driven industry like porn, I've decided to take up ASMR because it's empowering to women.
I just can't believe they're trying to DP. It's a baseball term.
Yes.
And now every time I watch baseball,
yeah,
it's he's one of the best DPs in the league, and it's just ruined now.
Yeah.
It's ruined because
Here
of
is,
this weird-looking almond-looking guy.
Here's a summary of the story that he's narrating. It says River, played by Chris Briney, is back in Hidden Harbor for the summer and finds his routine interrupted by a beautiful stranger. He's about to settle in for another boring Tuesday night working at the local dive bar when Drea walks in and takes a seat. He asks Drea what she's doing at the bar, and she shows him a box revealing that she's here to give her cheating ex the last of his items. Her ex doesn't show, and at the end of the night, River decides to walk her home. Along the way, they get to know each other. Flirtatious banter sparks as River playfully rifles through the box. At Drea's doorstep, they share a heated kiss and sparks fly. Before they can go any further, Drea's ex drives up. River recognizes the car and, to his horror, realizes Drea's ex is his brother. Upset by the revelation, Drea and River decide that getting more involved is a bad idea and part ways. At least for now.
So is this like the only path forward for like Gen Z men now?
In Hollywood?
In Hollywood is
like this is glorified OnlyFans
like
for
you're
men,
just
right?
This is our pathway.
Like all you have now is like book talk.
Yeah, you have to corner that book talk female gooner market.
The female gooner has provided a new exciting pathway for men.
Because I guess those Amazon shows just don't pay well.
Yeah,
he needs to find work elsewhere. But this is like really bad for his brand. I was confused by his decision to do this.
But the thing is, for the Gen Z women, they all have to do the sex scenes. So I mean, the men do too, but the women are going to be more, expected to do the sex scenes. So, and this came up yesterday because they were, actually, no, never mind. I'm going to save that story for tomorrow because it involves the Harry Potter actress. But just saying, like, they're expected to do it now. Like back in the day, a certain type of actress went into doing Showtime, went into doing HBO. Back when True Detective came out, the first season of True Detective, Alexandra Daddario became like an overnight sensation because of her role on there. But she'd been acting for some time, but she was then cornered into a market and looked at as like a specific type of actress because she got naked on camera. Now, it's just a matter of course.
Just par for the course.
It's just par for the course.
It's totally mainstream. And, I didn't think that book talk would merge with mainstream Hollywood, but I shouldn't be surprised because the lines between actual pornography and just what we see on streaming shows these days has already been blurred to a degree where no distinction really exists. And because I'm a hater, I also wanted to show what the author of this story looks like. This is the author, Holly June Smith.
Whoa!
Yeah.
The physiognomy checks out.
Whoa.
Holly June Smith, and I'm the creator of Hidden Harbor, exclusively on Quinn. I am also a romance author and scriptwriter, and I know that if you're brand new to the world of spicy audio, it can be a little overwhelming. It's like, who is this guy? Where are we? What's going on? Is he talking to me? Who am I? It's a really, really unique storytelling format, and it's a little bit similar to self-insert fan fiction in that way, that you, the listener, are the other character in the story. So Chris narrates, Chris reads all the dialogue, but that dialogue carries the story, so you can just sit back, put your headphones in, or not if you're bald. I know some of you have been listening in the office and it couldn't be me, but well done. And then you get to just be with him in the story and carried away. It's really, really different to audiobooks, if that's what you're expecting, in that, again, you're only hearing one voice, but you're also going to hear a more complete world. So we're going to have background noises that will help you set the scene. Like if we're in Jimmy's bar, you're going to hear a jukebox, pool table. If we're outside, you might hear the ocean or crickets late at night. It also means you're going to hear intimate noises. And there is
Intimate
a
noises.
spectrum of intensity if you start to explore the app. So while we wait for episodes 2 and 3 to drop on Friday, 26th September, there are loads of other creators on the Quinn app that are waiting for you to discover them.
So I want to explain, distinct from the OnlyFans business model, because you just pay a subscription fee to Quinn itself, not to a specific creator, and then the creators get a cut of that. And there are like tips that you can send individual creators on the platform. But it is basically glorified OnlyFans for audio porn. Now, this isn't, I assume, being I don't think that the majority of the women who are like a fan of this guy or a fan of the Amazon show are consuming this stuff. This is like a special subset of the craziest fans. But even the mainstream discourse about the show on Amazon, which is the inspiration for the porn, is getting to a point that I feel is like destroying women's minds, because they're observing the dynamics between the main character, the female protagonist, and her love interests in the show, and projecting what they want their own relationships to look like from the show. So they're talking about how since Chris Briney's character is Conrad, the favorite of the show, the other one is named Jeremiah, and there are women saying things like, I broke up with my Jeremiah because I know that I deserve my Conrad, and I'm not going to settle until I find my Conrad. And now it's even married women are watching this show and telling their husbands, why can't you be more like Conrad? Including this woman right here, who just completely like admits that she's using this show to browbeat her husband.
Of those of us obsessed with Conrad Fisher, because the way I had my husband this morning at 6:30 in the fucking morning before he went to the city for work and we woke up our 2 children, watching the finale, specifically the scenes last night of like passing the joint without breaking eye contact, the taxi, the stairwell, the bedroom, the cinematic masterpiece that was that scene. And not only did I have him watching it this morning, to be fair, he does watch the show with me typically, but I watched the finale without him yesterday. I was like pointing out.
First of all, that if he likes the show, that's a faux pas, and you're a bad person for watching it without him.
I took notes, okay? Do you see how he said that? You see how he did that? Do you see where his eyes are right now? Like,
This is insane.
Notice this? Like, literally giving him notes off of a fictional character at 6:30 in the goddamn morning. Am I well? And I got in the car and I texted my group chat with my cousins and my sister telling them this. And I was like, could you imagine if he put on some show that he really liked and was like, hey Cam, this girl's really hot. Can you watch how she's doing this? Like, our poor husbands. No, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So true.
You should probably address that you're a nightmare to be married to.
Oh my gosh. I've seen a lot of longhousing today. I'm like kind of traumatized.
That was awful.
Because when you reverse the roles and it's him forcing you to watch a show where he's like, no, why can't you be more like her? Like, she's hot.
Yeah.
Like, do that thing that she does in the show.
This is insane.
You would obviously think that that's incredibly disrespectful, right? It's not just, it is both single and married women watching this show and having their brains rotted by it. And then even further, sent down the pipeline to the Summer I Turned Pretty fan fiction audio porn being promoted by the talent on the show itself. I just don't like the direction that this is going, especially for the Zoomer girls, who you know, they're still young. They have a chance to be normal and live normal lives, right? They're not on a good path.
Theoretically.
They're not on a good path.
Theoretically.
I'm afraid for them.
Okay. All right. Let's.
And just a last note, though,
Okay.
on the fact that Chris Briney is now considered like the Hollywood hunk of a generation.
That's crazy.
I thought, am I crazy, or am I just realizing that I'm unk now and I'm out of touch and I don't understand what these young Zoomettes are into these days?
Must be.
Is it the pills they're taking? Is it something in the water?
The Tylenol.
Is it the
It's all
Tylenol?
It's all the Tylenol.
I don't know. But the guy looks like a walnut. So let's finish up these super chats. Hairbrain Studio said, they say traveling for women equals getting to sleep around whilst abroad without getting a reputation. LOL. Yeah, that is one of the main gripes that men seem to have with women who say that they like travel as a hobby. But I feel like that's not really what it is, because a lot of it is, I think, like the men feeling if a woman is accustomed to traveling the world and going on vacation, like you're priced out of dating her. So there's one aspect to it. There is, of course, the like sex panic and like, as I called it, yachting anxiety. Like
Yachting.
if a woman is on a yacht, she's a prostitute. There's no gray area. She's a prostitute. There's no way that she's on a yacht without being a prostitute.
Well, I mean,
And then
I don't
there's-
have the statistics on how many women own yachts.
And then I think
Vaguely
like
true.
the most realistic complaint from the men about these women who travel as a hobby is that they tend to be very pompous about it and act like they are extremely cultured and educated and
Yeah, that's
above
what
it
it is.
all. That's what Sabrina Carpenter was displaying there. Slavic McGoth said, train men, where are the doms? I don't know what that means. Shane H. Wilder said, I've been to England and Sweden multiple times. I loved spending time in Stratford upon Avon.
Okay.
However, my richest experience was in West Virginia / Maryland.
I thought I'd go through this gender breakdown of yacht ownership. I thought I'd look it up.
Oh.
I just decided to ask
there
ChatGPT.
stats on this?
Yeah, I decided to ask ChatGPT, and they say male dominance. Historically, yacht ownership has been male dominated. For instance, in 2010, male yacht captains comprised 97.84% of the total, with females making up just 2.16%. By 2021, the percentage of male captains had decreased to just 93.79%, while female captains increased to 6.21%. I don't know which number of those female captains have their own version of like men taking pictures on the yacht, like with their hands behind them and like looking up at the sun, but you know, you can guess. First-time buyers. Among first-time boat buyers, women represent 23% of the market,
What?
a figure
That's more
that
than I
has been
thought.
steadily increasing.
That's so high. There's no way. Really?
I mean, that's just first-time boat buyers. It's not first-time
buyers.
yacht buyers. I
No,
mean,
even boats, that seems really high.
Yeah. So,
Because
you know,
of the
I don't know.
implication.
You know, I'm assuming that means that the amount of yacht crashes has also correspondingly raised, but I have no evidence to prove that.
Yeah.
Are women
Well, we
in
don't have
the-
icebergs anymore because of global warming, so we're not going to have another Titanic.
Yeah, it says estimates about 10 to 15% of registered boat owners are women.
Damn.
That seems pretty. I just never met a woman that owns a boat.
I haven't either.
No offense to
But they
women,
don't want to advertise that, you know?
Yeah, maybe they keep it on the low.
Because men like to shout from the rooftops about the fact that they own a boat so that they can get women on the boat.
It's true. It's true. Even like a little pontoon.
Hey, I loved going out on the pontoon.
Oh, I'm
when I
a
was
pontoon
younger, yeah.
patriot. I'd take a pontoon before I'd take a pontoon before a yacht. I'll say that.
Like,
I'm lying right now,
that's
but I'm
what
just
we
gonna
used
say that
to,
for
like-
posterity.
So I mean, we didn't own a cabin. Like, we didn't have the money to own a cabin, but we had like a family friend that owned a cabin. And in the Midwest, that's what you do. In the weekends, you go up and your friends let you stay up at the cabin, and we would go up there and ride the pontoon around.
Let's go.
Let's
go.
That was what childhood was all about.
That's what it's all about.
Slavic McGoth said, I think queens caused more war than kings.
Yeah, I remember seeing stats on that queens ended up declaring war more often than kings.
Well, yeah, it's because like somebody from the other country did something to them in a dream, and they're like, no, fuck you.
Greg
real.
Duvier said, proof people who work at tech stores are idiots. tech stores.
Tech stores.
Is Mac secretly a tech store? Oh, is it like a joke because it's Mac, but it's not? But it's not Mac computers.
Okay. Yeah.
Interesting.
Shane H. Wilder said, "Wait, Brett, your math ain't mathing. If Olivia is right, 49.5%, and you're right, 51.5%, and that's 101%. At least you aren't cringe chick doxing her job."
I responded, "We always keep it 101."
Cool.
Yeah, continue.
Slavic McGoth said, "As someone who works in the jewelry industry, my store takes 30 minutes to set up. This lady and setting up her camera every time will take so damn long. I assume you wouldn't make a TikTok of yourself, you know, opening the store and all the money in the store.
Here's me entering the code.
In the safe in the back.
And then you're like, we only change it weekly.
Yeah.
Here's the
Award-winning
blind spots on the camera.
Award-winning blank said YouTube suppressed truth and radicalized people, and they end up doing it to the South Park. We're sorry. Yeah, I mean, I think that the censorship that was common up until recently definitely did push people further to the right than they otherwise would be. Moon at Noon said, "Tips hat, milady Mary." Hi, thanks.
Some Redditors.
Shane H. Wilder said, "Caitlin's BF went full dejected Charlie Brown."
He did.
I did not
kicking rocks.
I did not see that as that because all I saw is two people that see each other all the time having a passing interaction as she walked by.
No, he turned around and went, "Oh, man."
He did.
Oh, shucks.
You can deny it all you want, Brett.
Yeah.
We could see it. Corn Pop said, "Can you please say wiener again?" There you go. I did. Corey Anderson, I'm not reading that. Slavic McGoth said, "F. Scott Penner." He's an actual PDF file. I believe you're thinking of Anthony Weiner. If you're talking about Scott Weiner.
I mean, they probably both are.
Maybe. Yeah. Nominal determinism.
Disavow, but I'm just saying.
Pat the Plumber said, "Had a guy on X say, 'Oh, it's just a coincidence Kimmel got canceled once he made fun of Trump. The left is so uninformed.'"
Yeah, they literally think
Yeah,
that,
he just made fun of Trump for the first time.
Yeah, they literally think that, like, there's a fascist government taking out Jimmy Kimmel.
That would be so cool. If that
Yeah,
were true.
actually, like, if
I would be celebrating it. I promise. I would be
if
celebrating
the
it. If
FCC
it were
was, like, specifically targeting late night hosts, I'd be like, yeah, great.
Like
Sick.
I said,
Yes.
if it was just Next Star, I'd have been like, okay, they want the merger. Because look, people were saying the same thing about Paramount and the settlement with Trump for $15 million because of their merger with Skydance, right? So I would have been open to it, but the fact that Sinclair is also involved makes that less likely to me.
Well, they announced first as well.
Yep.
Hairbrain
And Sinclair was the
Studio.
bigger market. Sinclair was like 40 stations, and Nexstar was like 30.
Hairbrain Studio said, "Yeah, the name Headbutt Man sucked. You guys ever go for drinks before this? By the way, you bringing back the pre-workout thing."
Well,
we didn't get 5 crisis parties for the pre-workout show, so unfortunately not going to happen. And do we ever go for drinks before this?
Well, it's
We
like
have
the
Spindrift
it's
together.
like the afternoon,
I have
so no,
Gatorade
and I don't
and,
drink.
But
Mary has drank on the show, though.
Not on the show.
Yes,
Briefly before the show, or was it on the show?
it was on the show. It was
Maybe.
like one drink because me.
Yes,
I was like,
yeah.
I hope things don't go terribly wrong today. I hope Mary doesn't just say something insane.
No, I was totally undetectable.
No, you were.
But yeah, I've had some wine while we were
Nice.
streaming,
It's not a
just
bad
on a
idea.
couple of occasions.
Yeah.
It was.
I'm able to handle myself.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. That was back when we were still at the castle.
Yeah, Tim ordered this insane amount of mead,
Yeah.
and it was just there for the taking. So I was like, you know what? Why not? I feel like having a good time.
Fair enough.
Shane H. Wilder said, "I don't trust YouTube. They struck me for a February short of Phil WWF bodying Elad in a tax debate, saying it was bullying. Phil and Elad thought the vid was funny." Yeah, it might even just be the algorithm detecting that. No one's actually reviewing your posts. Slavic McGoth said, "Judge my pierogi habits all you want. I'm a sleut for them, and this is a gift from God." Yeah, I mean, I don't know about pierogies for breakfast, though. I don't know if I would do that. Hairbrain Studio said, thanks, Brett. You're a genius. I should change the titles of my old books. Hadn't thought about it.
What did I say?
I don't remember what you said.
I am such a genius that I say things that are revelatory in nature all the time. So you'll have to point out what I was saying that was so smart.
Leisha said, that guy is so ugly, and I get angry every time they act like he's hot on that show. The other brother is way hotter from the Dunkin' Donuts commercial. No, here's the thing, though. I don't find either of them attractive in the slightest. Like, they both have a very weird, inhuman look about them. Like, their lips are too plump or something. It's just, there's something very feminine about their faces. I never thought Brad Pitt was attractive for the same reason. But I can at least recognize that Brad Pitt had more of a golden ratio than Chris Briney does. The man he's getting compared to.
Brad Pitt has also had like multiple different stages of his career where he's looked completely different. Long hair, Brad Pitt. Short hair, Brad Pitt. Fight Club, Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Mr. and Mrs.
transformed
Smith, Brad Pitt. Like he's
plenty of
got different. I mean, there's aspects of Austin Butler that look like younger Brad Pitt now.
Oh, and that's another one. I don't get it with Austin Butler. I never understood why anyone thought that the guys in One Direction were attractive.
Just the name Chris Briney. That sounds like a coworker. Oh yeah, go see Chris Briney. He'll help you out.
No,
Chris
no,
Browning over in accounting. Yeah, he's got you.
To me, it's like you've got a friend. Like it's like the dude who you hung out with in high school, and he's only known as Briney. Nobody calls him by his first name.
It's like, oh, dude, no, that was Chris Briney.
No, that was
dude.
Briney,
Yeah,
dude.
That was Briney.
That's something I've noticed with guys in particular. They like to call each other their last names.
Yeah, because it's like I think it reminds us of when we played football.
I think that might be like a dying trend. Like that's definitely true of my because I hadn't seen my brother in quite some time, and at the wedding he was like filling me in on things that going on at home, and it was all last names from people. In fact, so many that I probably don't even remember their first names because he's always referred to them just by their last names.
He went and shot an ABC affiliate. That's crazy. No, yeah, the last name, and then you add the Y on the end. That's still pretty big. I have a few friends that are known as
Whiny
name
Briny
plus Y. Like Steiny is like a friend of mine.
Okay.
I can't, his first. No, no one calls him by his first name. It's just Steiny.
I feel like it's because all of these like Zoomer men were given like unique names.
Yeah, I mean
more than they ever have before. And before it was all just like there's Mike and Chris and Matt and
that's
Ben
no nicknames in general are dying. Lindy Man had a whole piece on it. Like I think of everyone I grew up with, only one guy had like a nickname, and I was asking my grandfather about it, and he's like, "Oh, that's Timmy Two Toes. That's Gay Gary." And you're just like, we don't have nicknames like that. Yeah, we don't have nicknames like that anymore.
There is some Rumble rants here. Shane H. Wilder says, YouTube won't let me send this. Sophia, who was shot at Ascension School, has been moved to rehab. Her doctors can't explain her recovery as the bullet is still in her brain. Glory be to God, for this is a miracle.
Well, thank God for that. That's good
great
news.
Saw a couple more here. Mythos, unless it's Methos 671 says, I just want to know why Mary hates hot dogs.
Hates hot dogs?
I think he just said dogs.
Or does it say dogs or hot dogs?
It says hot dogs.
It said hot dogs.
Wait, no, it did not.
Yeah, it did.
What?
It said hot dogs.
I could have sworn it just said dogs. It just says hates dogs.
It does say dogs. It's not hot dogs.
Same thing.
I hate dogs. No, I never said I hate dogs.
That's just me like soft censoring and like lying to the public and shifting public perception. Like one day I was like, why did Mary hate hot dogs?
You were so confident too. No, I did not say I hate dogs. I said that irresponsible, inconsiderate dog owners need to be held accountable for their actions. And I do find dogs incredibly annoying and gross, personally. I don't like interacting with dogs.
In other words, you hate.
But I guess that just means I'm hateful. Fine. So be it. We have a couple more Rumble rants, right?
This one I'm not going to read because it's got the F slur in it.
Oh, okay.
Let's go.
You can replace it with sticks, right?
So back.
Shortwave says, and if a guy showed his girlfriend a TV show, why can't you be more of a tomboy?
Like what TV show, though?
Who's doing that?
Has anyone ever told their girlfriend that? I wish you were more masculine.
Broody Gambit says, keep in mind, owner versus captain for yachts. Also, yeah, that's true. Like captaining the Thanks, ChatGPT. Clearly not understanding what I was trying to prove. Broody, it says, keep in mind owner versus captain for yachts. Also, to qualify as a yacht, the boat needs to be a certain length. My dad's fishing boat has a 30-foot hull and technically qualifies as a yacht.
Let's go.
Prince Elian said 304 donuts by Krispy Kreme. Enjoy your glazed holes.
Wow.
Yikes. That's probably Sabrina Carpenter's next brand deal. Shane H. Wilder said
that was crazy. That was crazy that like everything's targeted towards children, and it's like the most. I digress.
Wait, what do you mean is targeted towards children?
Sabrina Carpenter, like they show her like dance moves and stuff, and I'm like, what?
There are kids at those concerts.
This is basically grooming.
It's show me the difference between that and Drag Queen Story Hour.
Yeah.
We can wait all day. Like there's not
literally.
a difference. Shane H. Wilder said Chris Briney sounds like something you do to a Thanksgiving turkey or a Christmas ham. Please keep him and his female gooners away from the turkey and ham.
Real.
Isn't brine something that you put in a fishbowl?
Yeah. And then you brine chicken.
Yeah.
You use pickle juice and you brine chicken.
Maybe
Brining
he's
is a different.
But yeah, that's something you brine.
His name should be Chris Sea Monkey.
Fish tank.
Pop Culture Junkie said 1 hour ago, Apple TV pulled Jessica Chastain's series The Savant, set to premiere Friday. Assume the plot might be too sensitive versus current events.
Is that the one? That's the you guys talked about it while I was gone.
Yes.
About the white liberal female power fantasy.
And they thought no one would notice that they took it down, huh?
That had maybe the greatest meme template I've seen in.
It was all right.
That was a fantastic meme template.
We'll have to look into that and see if they explained why they did that.
Brian is saltwater, so he's Chris Saltwater.
Great stuff.
Let's go.
Andemus said the kids are not all right. They're not.
They're not, man.
Shane H. Wilder said Tate, hop in. We're taking the short bus away from the longhouse as quick as possible. Brett's driving.
Real.
That
Step
lady,
on it, make it snappy.
Here's the thing, though. Like, that lady talking that way about her husband, the absolute insanity of trying to instruct a real world fucking human being to behave in the way that takes multiple takes and is written a certain way. I remember, to this day, in the audio commentary. Did anybody ever see the movie The Girl Next Door with Alicia Cuthbert and
I don't think so.
was that not Elijah Wood? I forget the other actor's name. There's a scene in the movie where in the movie he's like a 17-year-old kid. He's about to graduate high school and go off to college, and a woman who retired from the adult entertainment industry moves in next door, and they fall in love. That's the movie. It's actually oddly heartwarming when you ignore the fact that, all of those implications. And there's a point in the movie where they're like listening to music with headphones together, and they're staring at each other, and they're just looking deeply into each other's eyes. And in the audio commentary, the director had to explain to them why it wasn't stupid. They're like, why are we just staring at each other? And the director had to be like, no, you don't get it. It's like deep. Like, you're listening to the music and you're like falling in love. And they're like, yeah, I don't get it. And then you're watching the movie, and there's like a song playing over it, and they're falling in love as the camera zooms in as they look at each other. That's what you're trying to do to your husband. You're trying to direct him like a director in a movie because you're a psychopath.
Yeah.
Continue. Sorry.
But she did the same like TikTok aphorisms like, tell me why.
Tell me why. I don't know who needs to hear this, but
thank you guys. Tell me why I make my husband's life a living hell.
And why is it that when they do that, it's okay, but if a guy was like, actually, did you see the way that like Angelina Jolie her hair out of her face in Tomb Raider? Could you be more like that?
Yeah.
Like, sorry.
Well, no, she recognized the double standard and she just stands by it. She doesn't think there's anything wrong with it.
Fuck these hoes.
Corey Anderson. That was a little bit out of nowhere.
Sorry.
Damn.
Dude, he's fed up.
Brett's angry. Brett's had it.
Can't even get fired
He's
up.
at his limit.
Yeah. I've had it with these TikTok hoes.
We've had it with these hoes.
These hoes. Enough.
Corey Anderson said everything that is wrong with the country right now is because of flash mobs and Glee.
Is that true?
Are flash mobs related to Glee somehow? That's rings a bell.
Flash mobs were big in like the early 2010s, in the late 2000s.
You know what?
When
I
was the
might
last
be
time a
pro
flash mob
It
mattered?
was like J6.
I
That was
think
a big problem.
I might be pro flash mob though. Shane H. Wilder said Strandford upon Avon was the home of Shakespeare. Oh, I didn't know that. Slavic McGoth said...
Wait, I thought it was Stratford.
It says Strandford in the super chat, so I don't know. There's also a Stratford, but... Slavic McGoth said, how much for an actual tipsy PCC episode? Well, it would just be me, because Brett doesn't drink.
It is Stratford upon Avon. I know that because they named the character in 10 Things I Hate About You, Cat Stratford, after... Yeah.
So it is Stratford.
Stratford upon Avon.
I swear, I just was trying to read the super chat.
Cat Stratford.
Mead, I'd be drinking that stuff like it's water. It actually wasn't that good. I'm not a fan of it. It's too sweet. It's like has honey in it, right? I'd prefer just normal wine. No Control said Mary drinks the appropriate amount for a Catholic. Well, that's open to interpretation.
What's the appropriate amount?
Probably like making sure you can remember the next day. Corey Anderson said there are two things in this world that are the tits. Finding your bed when you are tired and showering after a long day of podcasting.
I mean, I like showering after a long day of anything.
I think there are more than two things in the world that are the tits, though. We have a 20 here from Corey Anderson. Mary, we have known that those acronyms have meant for about 2 decades now. Shane H. Wilder has to go to mass and cleanse his spirit. South Park creators had a band called DVDA, which stands for... Okay, I'm just not even going to say that.
Fair enough.
I mean, can you explain to me then what Omegaverse dynamics are then? Like, what's that? I have no idea what that means. And I really hope that it has nothing to do with wolves. But maybe I don't want to know. Manville said, every woman I met who owned a boat were also bringing on women to enjoy their boat.
I mean, that makes more sense than bringing on, like, what? Like, younger adult men?
They're putting quotation marks around boat, so maybe that's like lesbians own boats, apparently. Okay. I don't know.
I want to know.
Slavic McGoth said, Brett, say Hamtramck.
No.
Okay. Why?
Sorry, because I said so.
Okay.
Based.
No Control said, if I had one of these dumbass Zoomer names, I would use my last name too.
Real.
There are a lot of them. I feel like every kid was like named Aiden. No offense to Aiden Mattis, of course, but there are a lot of Aidens.
There's a lot of Aidens.
That one.
I mean, his partner is Aiden. He works with a guy named Aiden.
Oh, I thought you almost meant like that his fiance.
No.
Aiden.
Like,
I was like,
his,
what?
His business partner is also Aiden.
Right.
I had them both on the show at the same time. Aiden and Aiden.
Wow.
I've known a lot of Aidens in my day. A lot of Landons, a lot of Devons.
I know a lot of Devons. Both genders. A lot of children named after cities in Texas, like Dallas, Houston, Austin.
Houston?
Oh, I know Houston. Yeah.
That's insane.
That's not a real thing.
Oh yeah.
You're named after one of the worst cities in the country. Such an L.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Here's my kid's name's Flint. That is a name.
Flint. Well, yeah, it is.
This is little Niagara Falls, and his brother is Schenectady, and his younger sister Rochester.
Potatoes for Seamus. Haven't seen you in a while. How many Tate Browns would it take Tate Brown to Tate Brown to Tate Brown? Brett, so glad you decided to become an adoptive cat dad. # justice for Mocha.
Well, Mocha got her justice, and I love the kitties. They're great.
Slavic McGoth said, I dropped the F slur on Rumble. Say it loud, you coward. Be a true Polish man.
No.
We're not getting banned on YouTube for you. Oscar Regalado said, Brett folding under zero pressure to the food noise at 2 a.m.
Valid.
How do you know?
Yeah, that's 110% true. Like, I will absolutely...
Food noise.
Actually, you know what? That's not true, because what it is I give into the food noise the whole time leading up to 2 a.m. and then I stop eating.
Yeah.
The food noise wins the whole time.
Gordon Shumway said, this is going to be a thing now. Mary physically abuses Brett, and she hates hot dogs. The legend is growing.
Wow. There's a lot going on.
I deny the allegations.
Also, my little outburst earlier was not a general commentary on women. It was a commentary on that lady being annoying and expecting...
I mean, I recall you saying F these hoes.
Well, yeah.
Plural.
Yeah.
Plural.
That was just a go off moment. Can,
And that's
can a
okay.
brother not have a go off?
No, that's okay, but you don't need to defend yourself.
And you know what? Those hoes needed to hear that.
Maybe they did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe you should stop directing your husband like you're Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, sorry, like you're Bryce Dallas Howard.
Yeah.
Potatoes
Yeah,
for
huz.
Seamus said, Mary, do you have a Taco Bell wedding date set yet? No. Today, Tim ordered a bunch of Taco Bell.
And of course, we had to work, so...
I'm not going to eat it. I've decided for myself that I'm not going to eat any of the Taco Bell.
I ate a little bit of it and I'm hurting.
I've said it on camera, so now I have to stick by it. Corey Anderson said, does the Gongo have an official motto? Yes, it does. It's matters not what you've done, but what you do with what you've done for others.
Yeah.
That is the official motto of the Gongo.
Real.
Gordon Shumway said, brine is what you soak meat in to make bacon. Correct.
I thought you soak it in heat.
Alejandro Reyes said, I respect Mary less now that she is hiding her hatred of man's best friend. I'm not hiding my hatred. I am like putting my hatred of that album on blast. What do you mean? You mean dogs or do you mean the album? Because we were talking about man's best friend earlier and now I'm confused.
Mars Monkey Max, after I said Bryce Dallas Howard, says Bronx Dallas Houston. So that could be a person's name, apparently.
Hey, my name's Bronx. This is my sister, Staten Island.
Shane H. Wilder
And our
said,
cousin Flatbush.
Gongo motto, femigenocide. What femigenocide?
Exactly.
Slavic McGoth said, as a Russian, you get my love. Brett, you Polish slot.
Thank
wow, dude.
Strong
well,
language.
I'm only part Polish, so I'm only part a slot.
Shane H. Wilder said, Brett, you know I'm clipping that for future shorts.
That was like an excellent Brett go off moment.
That was great.
Look, if they didn't want to be scolded, they shouldn't say stupid shit.
Well, this is why I'm here. I'm just trying to curate the show to get moments like that.
Because like I don't even. The discussion was kind of winding down, and then Brett just he's like, you know what? F these hoes. I was like, whoa, all right.
I also think we were in the Superchats, not in the, the main topic.
No,
you should leave it in. Leave it in the topic.
I said it before I said it again. They needed to hear that, Brett.
They did.
They needed that.
Shane H. Wilder said, I don't know. I don't what Corey was talking about. I is confused. I don't know either. Slavic McGoth said, Hamtramck is a historical Polish area in Detroit, now is very Arabic.
Okay.
Many such cases, sadly. Marhaban, habibi.
Corey Anderson said, I meant hearing all of the acronyms for the sex fetishes. Okay, then I'm still asking you, what is an Omegaverse dynamic? Does anyone here know what that means,
like
or are you guys just not telling me?
It sounds like a PM, like a military contractor.
I hope it is.
It is. What is it? It's Massive Dynamic.
Do you
is
think
the
there are
company
people who
in
have
Fringe.
like Lockheed Martin fetishes?
Yes.
Yeah, me.
They have a kink for nuclear weapons.
Yeah.
Omegaverse
Love
Dynamics centers on a fictional biological hierarchy of three main secondary genders: dominant alphas, average betas, and submissive omegas. Key dynamics include alpha's aggressive leadership, omega's ability to bear children and go into heat, and beta's role as the neutral average.
Dude.
Bro, you're the neutral average. That's what you are.
You neutral.
These roles are often linked to biological functions like pheromone production, sexual heat, and rut cycles, and the possibility of male pregnancy through specific story.
What? No! No!
No! No!
I'm just reading what Google AI says.
I'm disgusted.
These gooners, we're coming for you. We're coming for you. You know that? Pause.
Wow.
No, we're gonna
They're
we're
like,
gonna
men's
destroy.
porn addiction is disgusting.
Yeah. this is horrible.
And now we know.
This is going on
Okay.
under our noses this whole time.
And there's
She's like, he follows, and then this girl has the audacity to be like, and he follows sluts on Instagram.
Yeah.
And there are audiobooks about that.
He's following some e-girl, Hillary Clinton. Meanwhile, she's like, yeah. I don't know what to get into.
She's like, I don't follow sluts on Instagram. I follow Chris Briney.
Chris Briney and
The absolute state of women.
Omegaverse, Omicron variant. What was it?
Omegaverse.
It
Is
was
that
like
the name of it?
It's
Okay.
Omegaverse Dynamics. That's what it
Cool.
says.
Gosh.
Didn't know.
Designated pitcher.
Didn't know that.
DPs, something.
All right.
Dr. Pepper. It could be. I don't. It's so over. Oh my gosh, we're swirling the drain.
We really are. We really are.
Anyway.
Shane H. Wilder said, hey, the H stands for Houston. I'm offended.
Ooh.
Oh.
Your middle name is Houston? You're kidding. You have to be kidding. There's no way. No offense, though, if that's true. Corn Pop said, Mary, never eat Taco Bell again until we... Alejandro Reyes said, I respect. I don't know what that means.
Bro, sometimes they just be sending super chats to make us like I'm already illiterate and suck at reading, but you're trying to like make Mary seem like she doesn't read properly when she reads better than anybody I've ever seen.
One of my
read.
talents.
She's extremely good at reading. You're out here trying to make her seem like she's not.
This is why I need to become a voice actor, not for erotica audiobooks, but for cartoons.
Yes.
It's one of my dreams. High Voltage 75 said on Thursday, Mary and Phil should have a pit bull debate. Brett can moderate.
I would rather be dropped from the second floor of an apartment onto Legos than do that.
We're not debating pit bulls. Phil is just wrong, and it's just gonna be that way.
I've said some things on IRL that were grating, inflammatory, divisive. My anti-pit bull take got me like some horrid.
They have worms
messages.
in their brains.
I think so.
Like the pit bull lovers, they have like some sort of strange form of toxoplasmosis from the pit bulls.
Yeah, I was informed by like some of the people that are active in the Timcast Discord. There's like an entire segment of the audience that's like pro pit bull that
They're
just
so
hates me.
insane.
And it's
like
from one take.
It's almost like a 2A thing for them. They're like, I want this weapon. I want this biological weapon in my yard.
Yeah, except like the gun is just you can like it's whoever has it.
Yeah.
Like the pit bull when left to its own devices will just kill you.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Anyway.
Crime statistics, guys.
Yeah. It's
Basic
a gateway.
Okay. Alejandro Reyes said Tate often takes me out with his jokes in the middle of typing away. I meant dogs, Mary. I'm not gonna deny that I've said before, like in polite company, that I hate dogs because I do find them incredibly annoying and disgusting, and I just don't enjoy interacting with dogs. But I seriously have no hate in my heart for dogs, only for the inconsiderate dog owners.
Cord in chat says, then do a calories in versus calories out debate.
Well, we would love that.
That was a hell of an episode to be on.
Great.
Dude.
I love anytime Tim debates people on the show because I just get to sit there and look at my phone. I just sit there just like,
Scott,
so what's going on X right now?
It was Scott Grew as the guest, and he looked at me and he was like, "Is this normal?" And I was like,
depends on the day.
"Depends, actually."
It was like the episode when me and Mary were on, and Tim and Elijah were talking about Israel. I was just like,
just kick your feet up.
Extra night. Off.
They have the chairs have like the slide out, like where you kick your feet up. When that happens, I throw the footrest up and I lock in.
Potatoes for Seamus said, Brett, there will be justice. Mary will be a dog mom. I will not. Literally never. Slavic McGoth said, Mary, there is a kink for everything. Trust me, I've seen things.
Thank you for that.
I got a kink for crisis parties.
Yeah.
For Omegaverse Dynamics.
For designated pitchers.
I can't today.
This is going off the rails.
Yeah, people are like, the show's broken. I'm like, for real.
I'm broken as a human. I'm just like completely demoralized.
Gordon Shumway.
I was fine before the show, too.
You asked what Omegaverse was, Mary, and now let the cringe begin. Yeah, I kind of walked into that one. Pop Culture Junkie said, having lived in Houston for 17 years, feel obligated to defend it. Low housing costs, great restaurants, great neighborhoods, much cooler than Dallas.
I agree with that. I think Houston's not like cooler than Dallas. Okay. Houston's just the weather. It's like it's like the air has weight to it there.
Like it's humid?
Yeah, but like it's like a different kind of humid.
Okay.
Plus, I think that's where Paul Wall is from. So how bad could it be if that's where Paul Wall is from?
True.
I'll take Houston rappers. Where was Mr. Pookie and Mr. Lucci from? Is that Houston? I don't remember.
Labubu?
Never heard those names in my life.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Dr. Bryony. He's sick.
You could be making that up. Like
He's from
completely.
Hamtramck.
It's like a scene in like Rizzoli and Oz. She's like, "Did you just say these things because you know we can't check it?"
Yeah.
Where's Mr. Juicy Juice PhD from? Man?
Dr. Chair? How do you not know him, dude?
Dr.
He's the
Chair.
hottest rapper out of Hamtramck.
Shane H.
Freaking idiot.
Wilder said, Tate, I'm going to say it. That's what she said. To what?
So what? I've said a lot of pause moments today.
We don't even know. No Control said, given what corn has done to men, imagine what widespread corn will do to women's brains. And it's already doing, clearly.
It's compounding with the Tylenol and it's making them retard.
Stupid.
Yeah, stupid. Yeah.
Oh, we have to shame them. They need shame. Shane H. Wilder said, I know I've mentioned that the H is for Houston. The first time I kicked was in the middle of the wave at a Houston football game.
Nice.
Well, that's a cute inspiration for the name. TX Goliath said Tate's full name is Tateton.
That is not
Tateton?
true.
Okay.
It's a Greek name, and I'll never tell you guys what the full name is.
Wait, seriously?
No.
Okay.
Just Tate.
Pop Culture Junkie said, I have a massive dynamic license plate. So proud.
Cool.
See, but after the conversation today, I don't know what that means,
I don't
so I
wanna-
can't say
Massive
cool.
Dynamic was the name of the huge corporation from the show Fringe.
Okay.
Okay.
Straight Rippin'
Okay.
93
I just have to be careful.
said, I like turtles.
I like turtles.
And with that,
Ladies and
we're all
gentlemen, with
caught up.
all of that being said, with the end of this fever
we have any
dream
Rumble
of an episode,
rants?
we're all caught up. That
Okay.
was the end of this fever dream of an episode. Ladies and gentlemen, hit the like button on this video because why wouldn't you? And subscribe to the channel because why wouldn't you? Especially if you have not done so already. Go ahead and make sure that you are still subscribed to the channel. Tate, where can they find you?
You can find me on X and Instagram at Real Tate Brown. And I'll be on IRL tonight, so come hang out tonight at 8 p.m.
Let's go.
Shane H. Wilder said, Brett, you forgot that DJ Screw was from H-Town.
The original
What?
like chopped and screwed remixes back in the day. Slow down all the songs.
Oh, he was on that song with MC Nail. DJ Hammer was on that one too.
Guys, you can send me validation on Instagram at Mary Archived, or you can send me hate on X. That is also Mary Archived. And help me get TikTok famous. That is also Mary Archived.
Perfect. If you guys want to follow me, I am on Instagram and on X at Brett Dasovic on both of those platforms. This show is here 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is, of course, noon Pacific. We are on Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, Pandora, and Spotify. If you would like to listen rather than just watch this show, you can also rate and review on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify, which is a great way to help us out as well. So thank you so much for that. If you want to follow us on social media, we are on Twix at PopCulture_show, Facebook at Pop Culture Crisis, Instagram at Pop Culture Crisis Pod. Guys, we'll be back with another episode tomorrow. We'll see you then.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.